It's not easy being you, becoming who you are, the path that leads you to your destiny, what it takes to become the person that you want to be. See, that's tough. Learning skills and figuring out which skills are optimal for success. See, how do you learn what it is you need to know to become the person that you want to be? Who teaches you and how? It's your family. To keep you safe, to keep you mindful of that which is necessary to make it through life, to protect you from what you ask? Well, to protect you from your enemies. However, your family is there to protect you from your most deadly enemy, the enemy that is most likely to stop you, the enemy that knows you better than you know yourself, the enemy that will inevitably win, the inner me, the me within, just as the inner you. The real enemy is yourself, the inner you, all of your doubts, your fears, pains. These things draw an instant remembrance from the bad that has come before. That's not so easy to overcome. That's what family is for. To keep you safe, to protect you from your enemies, so that your love and your happiness and your spirit is broadened to its maximum potential, so that you can defeat your enemies. Your enemy, the you, yourself, the self, self-mindedness, self-centeredness, selfishness. A being's only true obligation is to itself. However, families are the crusader to the ignorant, and they are pillagers of the valley of self and vain desire. Your family will fight to defeat you, that you don't want to be, that you shouldn't be, so that you can be prepared for the things that aren't so easy to handle on your own. See, loneliness, sickness, tragedy. As an individual, these things can tear a person apart. But for a family, these are the most common reasons we come together, to comfort one another, to strengthen each other, to create a control over the many unpleasant variables of life. Tradition, culture, celebration. This is how families fight the onset battles of boredom, failure, loss. Ever since man has attained control over his environment, man has consistently manipulated and altered his environment for the purpose of bettering itself. See, dams to create irrigation, and electricity, and minings for materials to better reinforce our structures, tools and vehicles to better connect us to one another. Man has also tried to weed out bad things that will corrupt and devastate societies. Homelessness, disease, wars. In change and growth, there are things that you strive for, and there are things that you must avoid or fight against. See, there's much struggle in life, so much that life seems more like a fight. See, this is no walk in the park. This is not easy. In your life, you'll have many enemies. Most of your enemies you will face on your own. However, at the start of one's life is filled with obstacles that one must overcome. See, walking and talking, of course, reading, math, and history. See, these are childish, I understand. But imagine a world without them. Do you understand how difficult life would be? Not just for kids doing the homework, but rather picture a world without universal language, universal math. It seems that our society has implemented changes that target the false and the enemies of society. With universal education, entire countries can now have the same time, the same language, the same food. As elementary as reading and writing and a universal language is, it defeats the enemies of the state, such as arguments, misunderstandings, and disagreements. See, discord is the most resistant enemy of society. Educating the youngest with a single language gave them the tools to work together as one. Reading and writing, in turn, defeated the enemies of unfettered aggression between nations. Society creates changes for the better, and anyone that doesn't will soon succumb to the enemy. What is society and why does it change us so? In our Constitution, America is described as an aggregate of communities. So what is community? Well, community is just a group of people living in the same place. So our society is an aggregate of families. See, with the training and protection from your families to get you to your maximum potential so that you won't be so easily defeated. So that you'll be able to defeat your enemies. Become who you want to be. See, this is not easy. But I think it's the connection to this where we find the greatest achievement of society. See, that our definition of society, community, state, city, country, world, all comes from one place. That no matter what ocean you look upon, what tongue you speak, or what enemy you face, that our society is one family.